What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Sports Talk on Tap, Sox Talk on Tap segment where we talk just about all things baseball. Here on Sports Talk on Tap, you're going to catch us talking about all different types of sports. This is our baseball segment where we just like to go over, highlights of the previous nights, news, updates, whatever it may be for throughout baseball. So just bring it up. Last night's slate, there was quite a few, good games. Jake and I's teams both won, both had good games. Both won late. I'll get it started with the Twins because, they had a walk-off, which is much more exciting than what the Red Sox did. But Carlos Santana, I believe, had a pinch hit single in the ninth to win it. And people may have called Jake a madman 2 weeks ago for claiming Carlos Correa to be a late All-Star candidate, but he goes three for 4 again last night. His average is all the way up to 317. So he is making a very late, or not very late push, but a late push for a potential all-star game. And I think he might get it. I think he might sneak in over a guy who, like Anthony Volpe, who I thought was going to get in. I think Correa will definitely get in now over him if he keeps hitting the way he is. I mean, if you look at his numbers, I believe, here, let's pull it up here. I believe over like his last 15 games or so, he's hitting, his last 15 games, he's hitting 452 with 4 homers, 16 RBIs, 28 hits. He's not striking out. Like, he's probably the hottest hitter on that Twins team and probably one of the hottest hitters in the league. Now, I gave you your flowers, Jake. So now I got to go to one of the other hottest hitters in the league, the hero of last night's game, Cedar Rafaela. Over his last, you look at his last 15 games, he's hitting 386. Over his last 7, he's hitting 600. He's leading the Red Sox in RBIs, and I think now is where we need to seriously start considering him as a Rookie of the Year candidate. I don't think he's going to win it just because Luis Gil has been pitching unbelievable for the Yankees, and he's been their ace. I know Garrett Cole's coming back tonight, which is another thing that we can get into a little bit against Baltimore. Yankees won last night against Baltimore 4-2, so they got that series started off right for Cole. But I think Rafaela needs to start getting looked at for Rookie of the Year. And I know the overall average this year isn't the prettiest, sitting at 250, just because of how rough of a start he had. He was just striking out, ton of swing and miss, ton of chase, but he is starting to find his swing, and he can be dangerous because he's been up here for his defense with the Red Sox. That's really why they have him up, because he can play shortstop, second base. His best position is center field, but they really need him all over the place. But when they can finally start getting healthy, start getting guys settled in, and have him in center field, their defense is elite out there with him and Duran. But anyways, going back to the scores, because I won't get too far into my Red Sox bias. Got the Twins walking it off. Got the Red Sox winning 4-3. I believe Tyler O'Neill hit the game-tying home run in the 8th inning, and then Cedar had the game-winning single. So that's a big game. Big win for them, really, to take the first 2 of the series. I can't remember if it's a 4-game series. No, it's a 3-game. So they took the series. They've won 4 straight. They're looking good. And then another crazy game I want to talk about that people may have seen. It was a later game, but Dodgers-Rockies. Dodgers were up, or not the Dodgers. The Rockies were up, I believe, 9-4 going into the 9th inning. And they give up 7 runs to blow the game in classic Rockies fashion. And I believe they gave up a grand slam and then a 3-run homer. So people may have seen highlights of it. You could see right after the 3-run homer leaves the park, Teoscar Hernandez, I believe, hit it. You can see the outfielder for the Rockies, Jake Cave, reaming out one of the umpires, actually, because the pitch before that, Teoscar Hernandez check swung. Should have been a strike. Wasn't called a strike. The first base ump said he didn't go. Next pitch, he hits it out. Boom, Dodgers win. So, it's classic Rockies. They're not going anywhere. They're at the bottom of the barrel and really the National League. But, anytime you have a chance to beat the Dodgers, you're going to try and beat the Dodgers. But this is just classic Rockies. But shout out to the Dodgers, I guess, for sticking in it. I mean, it's tough to shout you out when you give up 9 to the Rockies and are down by 5 runs in the 9th inning to them. But hey, a win's a win, no matter who it's against. Twins, they swept the A's, and as much as it's the A's, it's still sweet. You got to beat the bad teams. But anyways, looking forward to tonight's games. We got Bayo on the mound for the Red Sox against Gosman, who, looking at the track record, Gosman has really dealt against the Red Sox every time he pitches. So this could be the end of the Red Sox winning streak, but never know. Some other highlight games we've got tonight: Twins Rays again. Joe Ryan's on the bump. He's the one thing that's going to maybe bite him is the long ball, but if he doesn't give up home runs, he's going to give you 7 solid innings. And then probably the game of the night is Garrett Cole coming back off injury. Was looking very good in his rehab outings. But you're going up against the second best team in the AL. A extremely good hitting lineup. Got a bunch of good lefties. We obviously know Gunnar Henderson's been an MVP candidate this year. So I'm iffy about them bringing Cole back for this game, especially with how good their rotation has been. It's not like they need him back now. Obviously, you want Garrett Cole back. You want the Cy Young winning ace back for your team, no matter what. But when your team's going as good as the Yankees are going, and when it's the pitching that's really been doing it, I maybe would have waited till either the week of or the week after the All-Star break to really give Cole his rest, give him his rehab, let him get comfortable, because the velocity probably still won't be there, because I believe he was sitting like 96 or so in the minors, and usually he's sitting 98, 99. So that'll probably come back in time, hopefully. I mean, I hate the Yankees. I hate Garrett Cole, but at the same time, the Red Sox usually light him up, so I can't have too many issues with him. But it's always fun to see, these top-tier pitchers kind of cut through teams. But I don't know. I'm shaky about them bringing him back in this type of game. You would think they'd bring him back against, a garbage time team, but you never know. And one more thing I'll touch on before we, wrap up the Sox talk. The Grimace Mets. Since Grimace has thrown out the first pitch for the Mets, I believe they have won 7 straight games. This could be a rallying cry for the Mets. I know they're kind of playing middle of the pack teams. The Rangers are just having a bad year. They had their World Series. Now they're kind of just whatever. But hats off to the Mets. They're putting up a fight, and nobody hates Mets fans more than the Mets. So I'm sure Mets fans are happy to see, a week or two of success before it goes right back down the shitter. But that'll kind of wrap up our Sox talk today. Like I said, we've got some fun games to look forward to tonight. As we're moving closer to the weekend, it's going to be hot. So if you're on the East Coast, I know here in Massachusetts, it's going to be around 93 to 95 degrees. So stay cool if you're going to a game. Stay cool, hydrate. But that's going to wrap up the Sox talk for today. So thank you all for listening, and tune in tomorrow for hopefully a wrap up of, a Red Sox win, a Twins win, a Yankees loss, 3 good things in this world. So thank you all for listening, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out.